Hi, this is Trisha Doherty. We're here in New York City at the iconic Pier Taj Hotel to celebrate Roshni Media Group's first ever Diverse Inspirational Achiever Awards Gala. I'm also very proud to say that my mother, Reshma Doherty, is being honored here tonight for starting Showbiz India, the channel you're watching right now. Let's get started on the red carpet where all the glamour and action is happening. What inspired you to start the Roshni Award?
This was back in 1999, and I was a professor teaching literature, and I was shocked when I came here to see kind of ignorance of South Asians and what great things. And this was pre-internet era, so people couldn't Google and find out. So that was the time when this whole genesis of Roshni came about, where I wanted to feature diverse, glorious personalities all from all walks of life. And that's where the first coffee table book of Roshni was launched in 2005.
Can you talk a little bit more about the book, like exactly what was in it, what you hope to inspire through it?
The book tells inspirational life stories of all these individuals who came from very meager means or who started from ground zero and build them up to a greater level. And the dream is to create them as role models for younger generations to come and for everyone to follow.
And what do you guys see as the main obstacle facing immigrants and South Asian immigrants in America that, we all hope to fix one day?
Basically, there are no such obstacle. It's all about getting out of your comfort zone and socialize and network in a rightful manner. Make those people realize the importance of your self-living. Sometimes people are more diverted with their own thoughts, but if you look up to yourself to make some name and make a living, there is no obstacle. You reach out to others, people are there to help you out. And this is why we are doing this award. We are bringing all these successful people together, telling their own stories to them, and that's why they realize that why it is so important.
He's an orthopedic surgeon. I am a physical therapist, and the reason we're here tonight is because of our foundation and the philanthropic work that we do in third world countries. On the side, I'm also a fashion designer, and I am a physical therapist turned fashion designer, so it's kind of been a bipolar personality, if you may, and thankfully I've been blessed enough to achieve quite a bit in both alleys.
When you're starting off a new venture, there's tons of obstacles that are in your way. The biggest thing is getting the effort behind what you want to do. You have to have the resolve, you have to have the dedication and the passion. Once you have that, then you've got to have the fortitude, the strength to kind of work through those obstacles. For us, a lot of our work, charity work, is in India and now in Mauritius. And so it's finding the right individuals on the other side of the ocean to pair off and be able to help achieve what we want to do.
I really appreciate the range of disciplines and spheres that are being celebrated tonight, from the film to medicine to business to financial services. It's incredibly powerful to be here amongst distinguished guests and to showcase the best of our heritage.
When you started Showbiz India, what was your goal?
My goal was to basically be able to do something that I love, which is the arts and crafts, and be a good mother, so I could have you around all the time. And as you know, you've been to our office and studio all the time, and I got to do something I love. And just to bring a smile to someone's face is so heartening and rewarding.
And what were some of the obstacles that you faced in your entire journey that you feel like other people would benefit from knowing from?
I think some of the obstacles when it comes to celebrities is to be able to get your foot in the door. So I have to say persistence is key. Be humble, because even sometimes advertising is a challenge, and just never give up your dreams. So no matter what good or bad day it is, just keep smiling and get through it.
And can you talk about some of your other projects that you are working on right now?
So since Showbiz India has been an amazing success and it's been very heartening and gratifying, I also have another show coming up which is going to be called Luminaries, which is going to focus on the game changers and the trendsetters who have done things in the US community as well. And then I also now have my own product line called Reshma, which is available in mainstream stores like Rite Aid, Walgreens, and it's all about natural skin and hair beauty.
Congratulations, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm a fashion designer. I've been designing for celebrities, royalties, and socialites, and that's one of the best, I guess, gift one can have, where you can be so creative and be able to serve our community and community anywhere that you go. So for me, it's an incredible journey of learning from people and also teaching so many people.
At long last by this incredible channel, and I love what Reshma does and has been doing, and I'm glad to be here, along with her, your mom, who started this incredible models, are role models for all the generations to come, not just in our community, but also across mainstream and everywhere in America.
I definitely think being a young woman, especially in New York City, is a very big challenge. And you just have to keep in mind that there's always a new minute is a new moment to just succeed and get ahead. So you just have to concentrate on the now and not in the future, and just got to do you. You have to be yourself.
I'm working on a lot of different things at the moment. I've just left Cash Money, so now, I have my own situation going on where I can do all the music that I want to do, put it out when I want to put it out, with no stalling or no delays and anything. It's in our own hands now, which is a great thing. I'm very, very happy with the new music. I think my fans are going to love the new music. I've been listening to what they've been saying as well, so be able to put some of that in as well as the stuff that made me very popular. So that's great. Really happy with the music. In terms of other ventures, I've actually started working with a lot of artists. Being in the game for so long for myself, I wanted to be able to use some of that experience to nurture other artists. So I just signed a guy called Rajiv Dahl, who's an Indian guy from Boston, a great singer, really good-looking kid. I'm sure he's going to do great. So I just picked him up. And I have a new song actually coming out with Rick Ross. So it's my second song with Rick Ross. And it's the producers are called the Stafford Brothers. They're huge producers from Australia. So, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, totally. And can you talk about some of the obstacles that you faced and how you overcame that, and what you would give as advice to people who are trying to overcome obstacles?
I mean, there's obstacles in anything in life, whether you work, wherever you work, you know what I mean? You might not look like the people you work with if you're working in retail. That's an obstacle for you, But in the music industry, there's many obstacles, because this is not just about you as an artist. This is about everyone else who's around you as well. You have to have the right team, the right managers, the right record label, the right publicity people, the right everything, marketing people, radio people. So you can try your best, but if the people around you aren't supporting the same dream or the same vision, that can be an obstacle, and that's what was happening with Cash Money. So that was probably a big obstacle for me. I had a lot of music ready to come out, and as you've seen, Cash Money, unfortunately, the empire's collapsing, Everybody's leaving them. It's for the same reason. So I think as artists, we need to be in control of our destiny.
I'm a singer-songwriter, composer, so I'm in the music business. And when I first started out, a major record company refused to sign me because they felt that they couldn't market an Indian person as a singer of a rock band. And that really started, gave me a lot of motivation in working 10 times as hard. And I think just by virtue of working that hard, I kind of had to create my own path in a way. And seeing other people here do the same thing in their own way and have experienced whatever they've experienced, it's inspiring, It's great. Yeah.
I'm very excited that I'm here tonight, and I'm excited that we're celebrating so many people coming together on this great platform. And it's really, I think, wonderful that so many South Asians are doing so many different things in different fields, and really celebrating that, and really coming together and honoring and really supporting each other. I think that's what makes us also wanting to do more things and really evolving. So I'm really excited to be here, and I'm excited to be part of the book, and I'm excited to be inspiring other people.
If I look at the honorees, the awardees, and then the honorees, the common thread is that they're all doing things not only successfully in their profession, but also in other fields, in other things. So they're doing things in their communities, they're doing things for charity, they're helping make a difference in the Asian and Indian community. What amazing Renaissance people. And so to be singled out or one of those is humbling and an honor.
It starts with being dedicated and having a passion for what you do. Because without passion, I don't think you can enjoy what you do. And if you don't enjoy what you do, you can't make a difference. So, decide what it is that you enjoy, have that passion for it, and go for it full force. And, the rest will follow. I think our community is now on the verge of being recognized as the next immigrant community in the United States. We have contributed in several different ways. And tonight is testimony to the fact that we are honoring people that have contributed to that and made sure that we as a community are recognized. So going in the future, I think we want to make sure that we take this and we go ahead and honor the people that take the lead and keep our flag high.
It's exciting. I'm just glad to be here, part of the community in New York, and recognizing everybody for their contributions, in fields as diverse as entertainment and health and everything in between.
Can you talk about maybe some of the obstacles that you face and what advice you'd give people who in whatever field are trying to attain a level of success? What advice would you give them?
I guess if you're talking particularly with being from a community from another country and living in a different country, I suppose it would be to first find your identity. Are you American, are you Indian, or are you American, are you Pakistani? I find with a lot of people from those countries who are born and raised there, they don't feel American while they're in America, and if they're Indian, they don't feel Indian while they're in India. It tends to be an identity crisis. And I think first obstacle is to find out who you are. And it doesn't matter, you could identify with either. In fact, look at it the opposite. You're privileged to be able to identify with two different countries. And if you can see that as an advantage as opposed to disadvantage, you would make tremendous strides. But it's tough to do that, I agree. I find it easy to find an identity for myself because I am Indian, I look Indian, I'm born in India. So it's easy for me to say that. But there are advantages to being an Indian or a Pakistani or a Bangladeshi or a Sri Lankan and being born in a country outside of the Indian subcontinent. You should just choose what it is that you're passionate about and pursue it wholeheartedly.
And can you talk about some of your upcoming projects, future releases?
I have a film that I'm going to start shooting in August, which will be announced very soon.
Okay, great. And one more quick question. I know this might be a little toughy, but a lot of people here are philanthropists, including yourself. And I was just wondering, if there was one global issue that you could educate more people on and you hope that more people would invest their heart into, what would it be?
Probably the most boring answer I'd give you, because everyone knows that this is something that really needs help, but in India at least, education. Really, I think education is the only tool we have to counter all the violence, all the aggression, all the ignorance, all the exploitation. It really comes from a place of ignorance. And if people were educated, they would be able to find themselves out of their predicament. So I would say education.
It's a good feeling to know that your peers and your colleagues recognize you and that you must be doing something good, and that's why you're somewhere out here.
Can you talk about some of the professional milestones that you've had in your career?
I've been to a whole bunch of med schools. A couple of them are Ivy League. So after that gave me a good foundation to set up a nice radiology center in Silicon Valley. And based after that, recently we went into 3D medical printing. And so basically you take a CAT scan and you can print out a real model of a skull or a bone or a jawbone, something like that. I think that's the most exciting thing I'm doing, apart from running 2 restaurants. One of them is Michelin recommended, and one of them is Spice Affair, you know that, in Beverly Hills.
Wow, I feel so inspired to have met such amazing people who have achieved so much and given back to our community. I had a really great time, and I hope you did too. This is Trisha Doherty signing off from the Big Apple. Enjoy the rest of the show.